right, and now to make R the subject, what I can do again, we can actually, let's see how I can do this. Probably there's several ways I can do it. Perhaps I can bring this mg over to the other side and figure how I can actually make R the subject that way. Okay, so let's do that. Now, if I make this mg into a fraction, I put it over 1, and simplifying, I might end up with an r in the numerator as well as denominator. So I don't want to have more than one r's. So I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to actually get rid of this mg, transpose it to the other side. It'll be p minus mg equals mv squared over r. But rather than using the transposing method, I'm going to use the balance method, be consistent. Okay, so let's do that. Now I can say that, well, since I'm trying to find r, so I'm going to consider the entire term, which is a fraction, which is mv squared over r. First off, let's focus on that for the time being, that this quantity here is connected to mg by addition. So I can get rid of mg by subtraction, and I'll do that to both sides. So I'll cancel out mg, and I'll have that p minus mg is equal to mv squared over r. Okay, so now what do I do next? Well, I can make this entire term expression over here into one fraction. And what I can do, I can actually cross multiply now. So I'm going to consider this as a numerator quantity and cross multiply. So what this gives me is that, since I'm trying to find r, right? I'm trying to make r the subject. So I'm going to say r times p minus mg. I'm going to leave it as that. P minus mg. I'm not going to expand it or anything. And then 1 times mv squared, which is mv squared. So I'm going to leave it in this form, product form. In other words, r multiplying this quantity p minus mg. Now, since p minus mg is connected to r by a multiplication, I can get rid of the p minus g by division. So this quantity that's multiplying r in the numerator can cancel out with the denominator, since you have a factor in the numerator of p minus g, mg. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, divide this side as well by p minus mg. And so this leaves me with what exactly? It leaves me with r equals, as you can see here, r, since p minus mg cancels out p minus mg. So r equals what? mv squared over p minus mg. And that is my solution. Okay, so now we need to make v the subject.